Okay, so we're live. That's perfect. Let me just do this. And then you have the live right here on YouTube at the same time. So yeah, guys, let me just share. You can join the live stream here. Okay, perfect. So this is the live for the live training session. Not the live training session, I'm sorry guys, for the weekly outlook. So I just did the announcement that we're now live. Let me as well do the announcement that we are live on Instagram and as well on TikTok. So first of all, let's do the announcement right here on Instagram. Join us for the free weekly outlook. Okay, so this is for the free weekly outlook on Instagram right here on For Traders YouTube channel. Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, like this. And then we're gonna as well do the announcement for TikTok, and then we're gonna be able to start, guys. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone had a great week of trading. So yeah, that's pretty a nice week that ended for us. So again, I'm gonna show you everything that happened on the previous week. We just did the breakdown session in the community, but yeah, let me just do this. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So bam. And let's do as well the announcement on TikTok, but whatever, TikTok is fine. So yeah, guys, hope everyone is doing well. The announcements are done. So welcome to the weekly outlook. I hope everyone is doing well. Today we're gonna be analyzing my major Forex pairs like usually, and we're gonna do some breakdowns if we have time. So this is everything that happened on the previous week according to my strategy in the community. So we had a really good week. We had really good trades that hit final take profit on major pairs and as well on minor pairs. With this weekly outlook, we will do only the major pairs because again, there is a lot of things to break down already. Overall, on the previous week, the P&L was plus 13%. With everything that happened, we had really good trades according to the strategy. I sent it exactly right here. You can see right here in the Discord, I sent the P&L right here for everyone who haven't seen it. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened on the previous week right here. Today we're gonna have, I don't know if we're gonna have time to break down some of the trades, but I'm gonna post some breakdowns on my social media, especially with really good trades, like for example the NAS trade that hit a 1 to 8, or even the AD cat trade that hit a 1 to 6. So yeah, I'm gonna post some breakdowns on my social medias during the week, so really don't miss out. And now we gonna do the weekly outlook. So guys, again, we're gonna go over all the pairs right here. So let me just show you the pairs that we're gonna go over. We're gonna go on Euro USD, JP USD, everything right here. So if you have any questions about a specific pair that is not on the list, you can of course just tell me and I'm gonna take a look, but that's pretty much the pairs that we're gonna be looking at today. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me as well activate you the watermark so you will be able to see what is the pair that I'm trading and what is the time frame that I'm trading, so everyone will be on the same page. Okay guys, so let's start the live stream right now. So first things first, let's go on Euro USD. Euro USD right here, there is nothing much going on. It's exactly the same thing as we had on the previous weekly outlook, and nothing really changed since then. The reason why nothing really changed since then is because we are on the 4-hour time frame, right? We are on the 4-hour time frame, and nothing is really moving much, especially when we have a huge range like we have right here. We had a break of structure to the upside, right? Basically, this is the huge range that we have. We had a break of structure to the upside exactly right here. The issue is this big break of structure to the upside creates a huge range. This is the fib, so this is the range. This is the low, this is the high. When you have a huge range like this, your POIs have a lot of chances to not get mitigated, or by the time price comes back and taps into one of those POIs, like for example, if we have a point of interest in the bottom, let's say, I don't even know if we had any points of interest right here. There's not even any point of interest, but if let's say we go on the 1 hour, and we have a point of interest exactly right here. By the time price comes back inside of this point of interest, it will be already pretty late. We want to catch a trade that happens like quickly, but not when it happens when it's so low in the range. And as well, it's because of the structure. The structure doesn't seem that good, in my opinion, on Euro USD right now. If you unzoom a little bit, it's kind of consolidating. Like you see right here, it's just kind of consolidating. So I'm not a fan of the Euro USD structure right now. Yes, technically you can look for some internal trades right here, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of forcing trades when there's no gut structure. And anyway, there's a lot of other pairs that we can look inside than Euro USD. So personally, right now, what I'm looking for on Euro USD, I'm looking for price to come back down. If price comes back down, without even taking a trade, I just want it to come close to 0.5% of the fib, you know, and when it's gonna come close to the 0.5% of the fib, I want price to retrace and push up again, because that way, when you have a huge range right here, you can wait for a pullback, a retracement close to the 0.5, and then another range. Then when you're gonna have another range, so for example, price will break structure to the upside, you're gonna have new POIs inside this new range, and then your trades will be way, way better than if you wait for POIs inside a huge range like this, you know. So that's why right now on Euro USD, I would just wait and do nothing, not force any trades, because that's what's working best, basically. Okay, so nothing to do on Euro USD. That's pretty much what do we want. Okay, I mean, not what we want, but what we're gonna do. Okay, guys, so let's see if we have any questions. Boom, 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 boom. Nothing. Someone said hello. Hello, guys. Hello. Thank you. Okay, perfect. So no questions for now. If you have any questions, guys, I have my chat there. You know, I have my chat. I have my screen and I have my chat. So if you have questions, you write the question down like this, tuku, and I'm gonna answer the question, okay? So yeah. Let's go with GBP USD right now. So what's going on GBP USD recently? So we have right here a higher time frame that is bullish, as you can see. So the 4-hour overall is bullish. We're pushing to the upside. Let me explain why my higher time frame right here is bullish. Before that, the high time frame was bearish. You know, we were breaking structure to the downside multiple times, as you can see, and we had a bearish market structure. But more recently, we started breaking structure really aggressively. So as you can see right here, we had this break of structure and we created a huge bearish range like this. But at the same time, this is a big range like on Euro USD. And in between this break, we had even three little pullbacks. If you see right here, those three little pullbacks, you can consider them. Okay, right here, if I zoom in, you can consider them. Yes, they are really small. That's why before I still considered an extreme POI sell right here for this week. That worked out really, really well. There was an extreme POI sell right here on the 1 hour inside of this big range, and this was a win. This was a win according to the strategy. But at the same time, we know that right here, we still have those aggressive pullbacks. And we as well started to break structure to the upside in between right here. You see, we started breaking structure, bam. We started breaking structure, bam. And we started breaking structure, bam. And as well here. So we can actually look for some buys. Yes, overall, you can consider still that this is your huge bearish range, but inside of this big bearish range, there is no other POIs / order blocks / areas, whatever, to look for sells, okay, because it's already mitigated. We had an extreme area right here, price already tapped into it and had a reaction. So that's why now we're looking for buys. Yes, it might continue to sweep liquidity right here. If price might just do this, sweep liquidity, continue to go down. But for now, it's bullish. Euro USD, it's bullish. Both of the trades are pretty highly correlated. So it's a good idea to look for buys as well on GBP USD. And yeah, overall, right now we're more bullish. So what do we do with this information that now we are more bullish? So first of all, we're gonna identify our break of structure. So in this case, I personally identified, by the way, guys, the break of structures from a body closure to another body closure, okay? So yeah, it's from a body closure to another body closure, as you can see. So right here, I have a break of structure, as you can see. So right here, I have a break of structure. So this is my range. But as you can see, we already broke structure to the downside right here. So what's going on? One break of structure to the downside doesn't mean anything. Okay, one break of structure to the downside doesn't mean anything for me. It might just be a liquidity sweep. Okay, it might just be a liquidity sweep. Like right here, it might just be a liquidity sweep too. So what does that mean? It means that technically this POI, is the only one that contains some liquidity above, as you can see. So we have this POI right here on the 4 hour. Above this POI, there is these little lows that are some inducement / liquidity for the POI below. Inside of this range, we don't have anything on the 4 hour. You can go on the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, you'll see right here, there's still nothing. Okay, so this is the only POI to look for some buys. I have some questions. I saw some questions, guys. I'm going to answer your questions just after I finish the analysis right here. So, okay. So right here, we broke structure again to the upside. Now, I just want to explain you something. This structure is really ugly. Like, it's really, really, really ugly. So I'm not a fan of this structure. According to my strategy, like according to the rules, okay? According to the rules, technically we broke structure to the upside here, then to the downside here, and then to the upside here again, okay? The issue is I'm not a fan of it because if you go on the 1 hour, you'll see that the 1 hour actually never broke to the upside. You see, this was just a wick. And I'm not a fan of that. But again, we know that higher time frame is stronger than lower time frame. So the 4 hours still closed above, but I'm not a fan of this market structure. According to the strategy, technically this would be the new range, okay? But again, it looks off. It looks off because we have wicks here. It looks off because we didn't break structure on the 1 hour. This structure really looks off. So what do we do in a case that even if this break and this range is technically according to the strategy, it still looks off? So are we not taking the trade, or are we still taking the trade if we have any POIs below the 0.5% of the fib? The answer is you can still take the trade, but play smart. For example, if you want to take this trade, don't use your full risk. Like, for example, if your full risk is 1% and it's according to the strategy, the structure is technically according to the strategy, you need to take the trade. If you skip the trade, that would be a failure of following the rules. But you can still take the trade, but with lower risk, because that way you're protecting yourself you're protecting yourself in case something goes wrong, but at the same time you're following the rules of the strategy. Okay, so right here we tapped into this 1 hour POI, and technically, you know, we do have this 15-minute wait a minute, yes, break of structure to the downside here. So yeah, we have this 15-minute change of character / break of structure to the upside right here. So technically you can look for an entry. Because all the conditions are there. We have a POI mitigation, a 15-minute change of character / break to the upside, and we can now look for an extreme POI to look for entries. But again, like I explained, if it's looking off, you will be looking for a trade, but with lower risk. You're gonna follow the exact same rules, exact same position, but with lower risk. So right here we have a 15-minute POI, as you can see. Why this is a valid POI? It's pretty simple. It's because right here we still have a little imbalance. We have a little imbalance right here. It got mitigated a little bit, but we still have an imbalance left. You see, between this week and this week, we still have a little bit of imbalance left. So this is a valid POI. It's a really big POI. So let's see if we have something lower. Lower, we actually have this 3 candlestick 5-minute POI, still pretty big POI. We're gonna see if we have something better, and let's go on the 1 minute. And on the 1 minute, we have this extreme POI exactly right here on the 1 minute right there. So, and by the way, as well, before the most extreme one, we have as well this 1 minute POI exactly right here. So now there's a lot of POIs, like a lot of POIs. Let's see what we're gonna do with this information. So first things first, the entry would be at the most extreme one, but let's see if that makes sense. If we enter right here, the stop loss below the low, the take profit final would be the hourly high. The hourly high would be right here in this case. You see, the risk to ratio for this trade is pretty bad. It's less than 104 risk to ratio. It's already a half risk trade, so it's a bad trade. Like, this is a bad trade. When it's a less than 104 risk to ratio, I don't take the trade. I have two options, either to refine the trade, okay? The one option is to refine the trade, and the other option would be to wait for a 1 minute break at a POI before the most extreme one. Inside the most extreme one, you wait for a 1 minute POI refinement and a 1 minute break of structure. So for both options, the refinement option, we already know that this is a bad risk to ratio. So for the refinement option, you go on the 1 minute and you find the most extreme 1 minute POI right here. The 1 minute POI that is the most extreme one is there. So this is your refinement, as you can see. So this is your refinement right here. So you can place your limit at the extreme POI inside of this 1 minute refined POI, okay? Right here, bam, 1 minute refined POI. But the other option, by the way, you're choosing between the two. You're not doing both, okay? You're choosing between the refinement, or you're choosing in between the extreme POI 1 minute break. So this is the first one. So basically you refine, you enter right here, stop loss below the low right here, entry, you add in 1 pip, stop loss below the low, take profit at the hourly high. You see right here, suddenly it starts to get really more interesting for a 1:11 risk to ratio. That's the first option. The second option would be to wait for a 1 minute break at a POI. So basically right here, if price taps into this POI, we have a break of structure. We need this high to be broken to have a break of structure to the upside. If we have this break of structure to the upside, you can wait and look for a POI before the most extreme one. That would be the second option. If price decides to push down and taps into this POI, same thing, you wait for a 1 minute break and then you refine like this. That's the other option. Both of them have their own advantages and inconvenience. If you decide to wait for a 1 minute break, you have less chance of missing the trade, but you have more chance of getting swept if price wants to push lower and mitigate the lower POI right here. If you take the refinement, you have no chances to get swept, but you have the chance to miss the trade if price leaves without you. So it's up to you. I personally just rather to take the most extreme one and just set and forget, but it depends of everyone. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for GBP/USD, and except for that, below that right here, we don't really have anything else. I mean, we have a 1 hour POI right here, same thing, but like I said, it will be half risk because I'm not a fan of both of those POIs because of their ranges. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There is no other points of interest that are according to the strategy except the one below, like I was explaining. So the one below, this will be just for if price decides to push down, mitigate the sweep the liquidity, and then we can look for an entry right here too. Okay, so that would be pretty much it for GBP/USD. That's pretty much it for GBP/USD. So we have a little trade right here. Okay, let's see if we have any questions. So someone asked USD CAD, USD GPY. So yeah, we're gonna be doing USD GPY next and then USD CAD. Someone said, do you still have your private mentorship? Yeah, I do have the private mentorship. It's still running. It's just that now it's for people in the VIP access. So it's exactly right here, have the one-on-one mentorship. If anyone that is not in the VIP is interested into having the one-on-one, just DM me on Instagram. I'm gonna send you the link. But for now, as it's really limited, I put it for people that are already in the VIP access. Someone said, can I have a discount? So yeah guys, if you want to join the VIP access, by the way, but you don't have the money to join, or you're in a particular situation, country or whatever, just send me a message on Instagram, explain briefly your situation, and I'm gonna see if we can try to find something, because I know not everyone is coming from the same needs and the same means. So yeah, if you want to join the VIP and you're serious, just DM me about it and we're gonna try to find a situation and a solution. So yeah, I know not a lot of people are doing it, but again, I want not to like prioritize only people with like a lot of money, because everyone is different. So yeah. Okay, perfect. So let's continue with the USD GPY. Euro USD, I already did it. By the way, guys, everything is recorded. So if you have any like questions about a trade or a pair, you can always see the recording. Like you can always see the recording afterwards and watch the pair or the currency that you missed. So the other questions were, how much would you recommend risking per trade on a 4-trader 6K funded account? It's 1% of your account, so $60 maximum. Between $30 and $60 per trade. Your analysis on GBP/USD last week helped me. Really, really glad for that. I messaged you on Instagram 2 days ago. Yeah, I'm gonna see my my messages after that. I'm sorry. 2 days ago, I have a lot of messages on Instagram, so I don't have time to like reply every single day, but yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna reply to everyone, guys. Okay, so let's go on USD GPY. So USD GPY, what's going on? So we broke structure to the upside, as you can see exactly right here. So we have this new range, as you can see. We have this new range from this low to this high. So let's analyze USD GPY together based on the strategy. So as you can see right here, first of all, we're going to identify our range. In this case, our range is bullish. So we have a last break of structure to the upside exactly right here. This is the low of the range and this is the high of the range. So next step is to identify the valid point of interest. I'm taking my Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, as you can see exactly right here, and I'm gonna identify my valid points of interest below the 0.5%. So the 0.5% is exactly right here. So I have, for example, there a 4-hour point of interest. Why this 4-hour POI is a valid point of interest? It's pretty simple. I have 3 main rules in my POI's identifications. First of all, it needs to be the opposite color candle. In this case, it's a white candle, so for me it's a bearish candle according to my colors, and I'm looking for a bullish trend. So right, this is a bullish market structure. We're going to the upside. So my opposite color candle will be white, is if my bullish candles are blue. Then it needs to be connected to a fair value gap or an imbalance. So as you can see right here, it is connected to this little fair value gap. So the fair value gap is right here. And it's unmitigated. So it means that price never came back and tapped into the POI. In this case, price is indeed unmitigated. So this 4-hour POI is a valid POI for me. We can as well go on the 1 hour to see if there is anything else on the 1 hour. In this case, we have as well this 1-hour POI exactly right here. That is according to the rules of the POIs too. As you can see, opposite color candle connected to the fair value gap that is not mitigated yet. So we have our 2 points of interest right here. Next step that we're gonna do is wait for the POIs to be mitigated, and then we're gonna wait for a 15-minute change of character on the 15-minute time frame, and we're gonna enter at the new POI like this. So for now, we're just waiting for those POIs to be mitigated. What you can do as well is add right here an alert by clicking on this little plus right here. You click and add alert on USD/GPY at that level right here, and bam, when this point of interest will be mitigated, you will receive an alert and you will be able to react and catch a trade. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What do we have on USD/GPY? There is nothing else. There is nothing else really much to do right here. So let's go now on GBP/GPY. GBP/GPY really similar. Nothing much changed right here compared to USD/GPY. So same thing, we're bullish. We identified this is your range, and we have the POIs right here. So there is nothing on the 4-hour, but there is something on the 1 hour right here. So we have the 1 hour exactly there, as you can see, and the 1 hour exactly there, as you can see right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing else according to the rules here except for those 2 1-hour POIs there. So yeah, those are the levels, guys. If you wish, you have this one and you have this one. Okay, perfect. So that's pretty much it. Let me just wait a minute. Let me just do this. Okay. So perfect. So this is it for GBP/GPY. USD CHF. Oops. USD CHF. Nothing. So like on the previous week, we're stuck in between 2 ranges. Guys, when there is nothing to do on a pair, like for example right here, you know, we're stuck between 2 ranges, you know, we're stuck between basically this low and this high, you know, this is our big range. Everything in the bottom got already mitigated. We already mitigated the extreme POI in this area. We already had a reaction from this extreme POI in this area. There is nothing to do, nothing, because we are stuck in between this low and this high. You won't do anything, okay? You're not gonna force any trade when there is nothing to do, okay? Because if you force a trade, you have a lot of chances to get stopped out, like a lot of chances, because you don't know what is the structure, what is the range, what is the direction. If overall you're bullish, like right here, but right now market is consolidating, if you force a trade, you don't have a clear direction where to place your stop loss, where to enter, the rules cannot be respected. So that's why it's better to stay out if you don't have a clear structure. This will avoid you a lot of losses. And yes, I know it's like boring to stay out of a trade, but again, go on another pair, you know, don't stick with one pair if there is nothing to do, and don't force any trades, and that will avoid you a lot of losses. So right here, this is USD CHF, there is nothing to do, so we stick out and you move on. You're not doing anything, okay? You're not doing anything, you move on. Bye bye. USD CHF is ciao bye, okay? Okay, now what do we do with USD CAD? So USD CAD, we had again a really big range to the downside. As you can see, we have a really big range to the downside. So what do we do with this? First of all, we had a huge range, like you can see right here, but after that, price decided to be more aggressive. So as you can see, we broke structure to the downside once, and we had another break of structure to the downside here and here. So the market structure, it's getting pretty aggressive. Okay, so what do we do with this information? When we have two aggressive break of structures, okay, we need to follow the aggressivity of the price. So you see right here, guys, we had a really big range first right here, but then we created this aggressive pullback right here, and then we created as well this aggressive pullback and this aggressive pullback and break. So if you keep following this huge range indefinitely, you will never have any trades, because you will never have a pullback above the 0.5% of the fib. It will never happen because the market is no longer huge like this. The market structure is now here. So you're gonna delete all the POIs above, and you're gonna be focusing on the POIs right here. This POI as well is no longer internal. Why? It's because by the time we created this little pullback, it was internal, but then we had another one and another one. So now this is overall. On the 4 hour, there is nothing to do, but if you go on the 1 hour, you'll see that we have this 1 hour POI that is according to the strategy. It's the opposite color candle connected to a fair value gap that is not mitigated. And it's as well close to some inducement and liquidity. We have this little liquidity that is sitting there, and we have here some liquidity too. So this POI is good according to the strategy, and this is where we're gonna be looking for some trades, not the POIs right here, because they are now too old. We're just gonna be focusing on the current structure, and that's it. Yes, if price decides to push up and then continue to be bullish, we're gonna be looking for buys, but for now we are looking for this sell. So yeah, that's pretty much it for USD CAD. Now let's see now if we have any questions. Please, can one trade crypto pair with for traders funded account? Yeah, for traders they have crypto accounts for funded accounts, so you can trade crypto on for traders without any problems. What happened if I risk 2% on each trade, and how are the payout? If you risk 2% on a trade, you're gonna blow your account really quickly if something goes wrong, because we can never predict how the market conditions will be from 1 week to another. It's not predictable. Even if your setups looks like they are the best quality setups ever, it's never predictable. So what happens if I risk 2% on each trade and how are the payout? It's not good sustainably on the long term for your profitability to risk 2% on a funded account. Because let's imagine, first of all, you have a daily drawdown. If you open 2 trades and the 2 trades loses, you are done. Your account is buy. And as well, you only have 4 or 5 trades before blowing the account if, for example, in the worst case scenario, there is a losing streak. Because again, you cannot predict from one week to another how the market will be. And funded accounts, you know, they should not be considered as like some gambling accounts that you're gonna make 5% doubled by 2 because you risk 2% and now suddenly you pass the account in one trade. It's not sustainably good on the long term. So 2% on a funded account, I think it's really, really aggressive and it's really risky. I personally recommend 1% maximum. That way you have a good gain when you have a gain, but you're still protecting your account in case something goes wrong in the worst case scenario, and you don't need to buy a funded account again and again and again and again and just blow all your money with it, because again, that's not sustainably good on the long term. So yeah. What is the win rate? My win rate is around 50%. So like I was explaining, this was the results for the previous week. So it's around 50%. So, you know, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 win, 1 loss, 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 win, win, loss, win. So around 50%. Okay, so that was it for USD CAD. Let's go on AUD USD. So this is what we have on AUD USD. Overall, we're bullish, but not really. I mean, it's because we broke structure to the upside here. We broke structure to the upside here too. So now we have a big range, but same thing. I'm not a fan of a big range. So again, we have some POIs there, but they are half risk because of that scenario that I just don't like the big market structure right here. And except for that, I mean, we broke structure to the upside with a little pullback, but it's not strong to consider this a new range. So yeah, AUD USD for now, not a fan of the structure. Again, not the best. There's better things. NZD USD here, it's interesting because we broke structure to the upside here, and we had a lot of liquidity. As you can see right here, that price just swept. We just swept this liquidity right here, so we have a liquidity sweep, and we as well mitigated a 1 hour POI right here, as you can see. So we mitigated this 1 hour POI, and price tapped into this POI right here. So this is the moment to look for a trade. Okay, so price mitigated the POI right here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna wait for a 15-minute change of character. So where is the change of character? Right here we have a little pullback, then price broke structure to the downside. Here we have a little pullback, price broke structure to the downside, and same thing here. This is the 15-minute break to the upside / change of character. So we can now have this structure from this low to this high, and we can identify our valid points of interest. So we have one right here on the 15-minute, that looks good. And we can as well go on the 5 minutes, and right here, look what do we have. We have an extreme 5-minute POI right here, as you can see. So this is the extreme 5-minute POI where you will be looking for an entry right here. We can as well go on the 1 minute in case we have something else. On the 1 minute, we have as well this 1 minute POI right here, but that's it. So we just identified all our valid points of interest. What do we do with this information? We're gonna enter at the most extreme POI first. So this 5-minute right here, I'm gonna change the color so you can see it. This 5-minute POI is the most extreme POI, as you can see. So you're gonna enter right here. You're gonna add a little bit of pips to your stop loss like this. Bam. And you're gonna add 1 pip to the entry like this. So 4.8 5.8, 5.8. 103 risk to reward ratio will be at take profit 1. So 103 is your take profit 1. And your take profit final will be at the hourly high right here for around a 1 to 7. So this is how the trade will look like according to the strategy. And at the POIs that are not the most extreme one, so right here and right here, you can wait for a 1 minute break and an early entry if it happens. If not, if it doesn't happen, the 1 minute break doesn't happen, you're just gonna wait for the extreme POI entry, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. What do we have on NZD USD? Okay, let's see. Euro USD, guys, I did it at the beginning, so like I said, you can watch it afterwards if you missed it with the recording. But basically there is nothing on Euro USD. How did you use to calculate the percentage and a risk? Do you have any risk calculator? Yeah, guys, so to calculate your percentage for the risk, you can use an online risk calculator. Or depending on where you trade, you can directly do it inside Trade Locker. Trade Locker is a platform that can automatically calculate your risk. MT5 as well, there is a technique to calculate your risk, but if you don't have any of that, you can just use an online calculator. Or as well with TradingView, you know, if you enter on TradingView like this, for example, and you click on place order like this, you have your risk calculator integrated. So if you put the same account size on TradingView as you have on your prop firm with a demo account, you can as well calculate your risk on TradingView basically. So it will give you the units right here, and you just convert them in lot sizes, and that's it. In lots basically. That's another thing that you can do. Okay. Okay, guys, so Euro GBP, nothing much to do. We already had a sale from this POI right here. Price already reacted, so this was on the previous week. Now there's nothing more to do here. And on indices, same thing. We already had a trade from this POI, so we only have this for our one right here. This is on US 30. On NAS, we had a trade right here that was according to the strategy that was really good. I can break this trade down for you guys. It was a pretty good trade, so we can do a trade breakdown of this if you want. But before doing this trade breakdown, let's go on S&P. So S&P, since the previous week, there is nothing that changed either. We are overall bullish, and we have some POIs right here. And gold, same thing, there is nothing. We're still waiting for this high. Okay, guys, so before breaking down NAS, some people want to go on Bitcoin. So let's go on Bitcoin. Okay, so since the previous week, price just fall down. We had those POIs, but price just decided to push down. So we push down, we continue to push down. Okay, and then we started to push up. We broke structure to the upside, and we broke structure to the upside again, and we broke structure to the upside right here too. So actually, guys, Bitcoin right now, according to my strategy, is getting more bullish. We had a reversal. I know overall is bearish. Like, I know overall is bearish, but right now, according to my strategy, Bitcoin had a reversal, so now we can look for buys. So this was the range, and we had as well this range right here, where we could have looked for some entries. Honestly, right now, what's going on? Let's see what's going on. I think we already had a trade. So we had a 1 hour POI here. Let's extend it. So yeah, we tapped into the 1 hour POI here. According to the strategy, did we have any break of structure? No, looks like we had no break of structure according to the strategy. So what happened Unfortunately, we just left and we reached the final take profit right here. So nothing interesting to do on Bitcoin according to my strategy right now. Like, we broke structure to the downside again right here, but I mean, honestly, we broke structure downside again. It's kind of just consolidating, to be honest, Bitcoin according to my strategy. Like, we broke structure here, so technically we would be back bearish. We were up bullish here and now we're back bearish again. Okay, but that's when it's doing that, it's not a good sign. You know, if we're bullish bearish, not a good sign. That's kind of a consolidation. But still, if I would identify the POIs to look for the trades, we have a 4-hour POI exactly right here. Technically, we had a 4-hour POI here, but it's already mitigated. Honestly, Bitcoin is not the best at all right now, according to my strategy. Like, we have a 1-hour POI here too, but it's really not the best. Yeah, not the best according to my strategy right now, Bitcoin. But we have 2 sales POIs here, and that's pretty much it. Okay. So yeah, guys, before ending this live stream and before doing the giveaway, I'm gonna be breaking down this NAS trade because this was a really good trade according to the strategy. So yeah, we're gonna break this down and see how it's gonna go next. So this was a 1-8, guys, so it was a really good trade right here. So let's break down this trade according to my strategy from A to Z, and you will see, guys, it was really mechanical and really rule based. So let's do it right now. So what do we have first? As you can see right here, this trade hit a 1-8 risk to reward ratio. And again, like I just said, it's really according to my strategy. I follow the rules step by step. So overall, what do we have? First step is to identify your range. In this case, your range would be bullish, but let me explain why, okay? First of all, we had this bearish market structure, but more recently, we are breaking structure to the upside right here, and a little breaks right here too. So we actually had a huge bullish range right here like that. Then we identify our POIs. In this case, there is nothing on the 4-hour, so we can go on the 1 hour. And in this case, our 1-hour POIs are here, as you can see, and we have a 1-hour POI here. So price tapped into this 1-hour POI, as you can see first. We had a first entry that failed. We had a loss. In the first entry, we pushed down. But we can still have a second try, and the second try is the one that had a win. So even if first thing price mitigate the POI and had a loss, as we never reached the final take profit that was this hourly high, you could have looked for a second try. Then price basically, let's see what happened. We mitigate the POI. First things first, we had a loss, but then we pushed lower and we created this 15-minute break of structure to the upside. So after the POI mitigation, the next step is to wait for a 15-minute break of structure / change of character to the upside. In this case, it happened exactly right here, as you can see. So if I go back in time, so let's go back in time right here. If I go back in time, this is what we had. So you can now identify your entry. To identify the entry, it's quite easy. You're going to take your Fibonacci from the bottom to the top, and you're going to see for points of interest below the 0.5%. Right here, there is nothing on the 15-minute, so we can go on the 5-minute. And on the 5-minute, as you can see, bam, we have this 5-minute POI right here. So you're going to enter, bam. Your stop loss will be below the 15-minute low right here. You're going to add a little bit of pips to the entry, and then your take profit one will be 103 risk to reward ratio, and your take profit final will be the hourly high right here for a 1-8. So this is the trade. Let's see what we will do and have next. So the POI got mitigated right here perfectly, and then we just had the 103 risk trade ratio hit almost instantly too. Let me just see and show you. So bam, we had our 1, 2, 3 hit. So now our stop loss will be put to break even, and then you just leave the trade run exactly right here. And the trade hit the final take profit eventually for around a 1:8 risk to reward ratio. So as you can see, guys, it's really mechanical. According to the strategy, you have your higher time frame POI mitigation, your 15-minute change of character, the extreme POI entry, your 103, that is your take profit one to secure the trade, and then you just leave it run until the take profit final. So really textbook setup according to the strategy, step by step. So yeah, guys, there is nothing much complicated in the strategy, as you can see. So mitigation, bam, it happened on Tokyo session, and the take profit got hit on New York session. So in less than like 9 hours, something like that, it got mitigated. So not mitigated, I'm sorry, it got hit as a take profit final. So yeah, this took 9 hours basically. But again, you're not always looking at the trade. It's more of a set and forget strategy. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the breakdown on NAS. Now, what do we do? Let me just see if we have any last questions, and then we will do the giveaway. But for the breakdown and for the weekly outlook, etc., that's done. So let's see, what do we have? Do you move stop loss to break even? Yes, at 103 risk to ratio, I move my stop loss to break even. Okay. Yeah, we will have a free breakdown of the trade you took during the week. Thanks for the outlook. Yeah, so I will do some breakdowns on my social media. So you can see on my social media, I will do some breakdowns of the trades. Okay. Can I see the 1-minute POI and 15-minute confirmation? How often do you see those setups? Honestly, on the previous week, we had 11 setups. So pretty, often. If you're trading all the pairs, I'm trading all my minor pairs as well, by the way, guys. So I'm trading all the minor pairs too here, but I don't just have time to break them down in the weekly outlooks, like free weekly outlooks. I'm breaking them down in the community every single day, but we don't have time to do it for the weekly outlook. But yeah, on the previous week, this is all the trades right here we had. The green ones are the wins and the red ones are the losses. So we had a lot of trades on the previous week. Okay, what are the best time frames for identifying the POIs? I identify them on the 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute, 5 minute, and 1 minute. Okay. Do you also trade Tokyo session, and which is your favorite session to trade? Yeah, I trade Tokyo session as well. My favorite session to trade would be still New York, London as well, but I'm not trading London because I'm sleeping in my time zone. But London and New York are the best sessions to trade. Are you trading through the holidays? So this week I was trading, but for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, honestly, I will be just monitoring the chart, but more just backtesting and collecting the data, because it's the holidays and the holidays are not the best moments to trade overall. I'm still gonna be like sending the markups in the community, etc. But I personally, guys, don't recommend you to trade during the holidays, like for the next 2 weeks, because again, the volume will be lower. Like, you know, the volume will be lower, there will be more liquidity, more volatility, less liquidity. So yeah, not the best time to trade during the holidays. So I would personally not be trading that much, to be honest. Okay guys, so looks like that's pretty much it for the questions. Okay, so now what do we do? For everyone who is on TikTok, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway on For Traders YouTube channel. So I know a lot of people are already watching from YouTube, but for everyone that is on TikTok, I'm gonna do a 6K funded account giveaway on For Traders YouTube channel. So if you want to participate in the giveaway, you will need to join the YouTube live stream. So to join the YouTube live stream, it's really simple. You just write For Traders right here, and you will be able to see this live stream right here. This is the live stream. You write For Traders on YouTube right here, and bam, this is the live stream right here. You just join, it's live, and you'll be able to participate in the giveaway. So yeah, exactly right here. So I'm gonna be ending the live stream now. If you want to participate in the giveaway, go on For Traders YouTube channel. And yeah, for everyone who is already on For Traders YouTube channel, just stay here. We're gonna do the giveaway in really a short period of time. So yeah, guys, everyone who is on TikTok, really thank you for joining. I have my own YouTube, my social medias, everything in my bio. So if you just click on my account, everything is here. My YouTube, my other social medias, my free Discord community, the free course, everything you need. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Right now, if you want to participate in the giveaway, like I just said, you go on YouTube, you write For Traders, and you will find the live stream. So you write For Traders right here, bam, and you will find the live stream that is exactly right here. So yeah, guys, thank you for joining, and see you next time for everyone who is not coming on YouTube. Okay, ciao. Bam. Okay, so this is good. Let me and this. Okay, so guys, for everyone who is already on YouTube, now it's time to do the giveaway for the free 6K funded account. Just re-explaining the rules real quick for everyone who is new or forgot or whatever. So first things first, really important. If you already won one time the giveaway, if you already had a discount code, okay, because you won the giveaway, you're no longer eligible to participate again. So that way other people that didn't win have the chance to win. Okay, so if you already won, unfortunately, you cannot win again. Okay, that's just fair for everyone to give the chance to more people to win. Okay, if not, those are the rules. Okay, we are 34 people. So what are we gonna do? I'm gonna be asking you a question. Okay, so for example, a trading question, but this is just example. Then there's gonna be letters, random letters. So you cannot pre-shot a random letter in advance, okay? For example, GIWC. And then there's gonna be answers. So answer 1, answer 2, blah, 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 blah. You will choose the right answer in between the 4 answers. So for example, if the answer 1 is the right one, you write the letter G in the comments, in the chat, okay? So you write G in the chat, okay? You cannot change your answer after you already answered. So if you wrote G and then you realized that it's not G, it's like, for example, C, you cannot change your answer, okay? You cannot either delete your answer because I see who deleted their answers and I won't consider your second answer. So I will only be considering your first answer, okay? That's it. If you had the wrong choice because you went too fast or whatever, I'm sorry, but that's how it is, and that's how it's gonna be fair for everyone, okay? So that's the example. So again, you cannot pre-shot a random letter, you cannot answer and then change your answer, okay? So the first, we're 35. So the first 7 people who got the right answer, okay? The first 7 people who got the right answer, their name will be put in the wheel of names right here. Okay, so for example, those were people on the previous week. Then I'm gonna spin this wheel, and the one that gets chosen by the wheel. It's all random, by the way. Everyone has the same chances of winning. The person who will get chosen will win the 6K challenge that you will need to contact me on Instagram to claim your code. Okay, so those are the rules. We're gonna be doing this now. So first of all, let me just think about a question, and then we'll do this. So someone said, please give us time to read the question and answer, please. So it's a fast, like it's a speed test. Okay, so but what we can do, if you want, guys, I can give you more time to read the question, and then I'm gonna show the answers next. So you're gonna have time to read the question, and then I'm gonna show you the answers. So that way you will already have the question in mind. That can be a good that could be a good approach. So let me just write the question first. According to what we saw today. So what did we see today? Okay, and then I'm gonna write the answers. Okay. Okay. And okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So I have my question, and I'm gonna show you it now. Okay, so this is the question, guys. Okay, if the risk-reward ratio of an extreme POY entry is less than 104 risk-reward ratio, okay, what do you do? Okay, if the risk-reward ratio of an extreme POY is less than 104, what do you do? Those are the answers. T, you don't take the trade and you just move on. L, you take the trade like usually. G, you wait for a refinement or a 1 minute break of structure. Or U, you just wait for a refinement and that's it. Which one? Which one is the trade, guys? So let's see. Let's see. We talked about this today, huh? We talked about this today, guys. Okay, so we have multiple answers. Okay, we have multiple answers. Let's wait. I saw some correct answers. Let me just wait. Okay. Okay, I think everyone answered. So the right answer was G. The right answer right here was G, right here. So let me just say, okay. So the right answer was G. This is the right answer. So you cannot delete your message. If you delete your message, it's wrong. You're disqualified. If you delete a message, you're disqualified. Again, delete a message, you're disqualified. So the right answer right here was G. So what do? I'm gonna see everyone who got the right answer, and let's see. So bam. Okay, so right here we have okay, so this is the first person who got it right. So bam. Then no. This is the other person who got it right. This one too. We talked about this, by the way, today, guys. So it's why I asked this question, because that way everyone who were listening, they are now able to win. By the way, let me confirm that no one after that won something else. No. This one, okay. This one, okay. Tommy, okay. So 5. Now we're missing 2 more. So this one and this one already answered. So okay, guys. So we only have 6 people who we only have 6 people who answered the right thing. So that will be it for the wheel. We don't have anyone else who answered the right thing. So yeah, okay, perfect. So the right answer was G, like we talked about. If you have a less than 104 risk-reward ratio at a POI, at extreme POI, you're either wait for a refinement. So if, for example, you have a big POI, you can refine it inside of a smaller POI, or you wait for a 1-minute break and entry. The one or the other one, not both of them. Okay, so either the refinement or a 1-minute break, not both of them. Okay, so perfect. They are the one or the other. Perfect. So guys, those are the people who got the right answers. So let's spin the wheel now. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, go. So let's see who will be the winner today. Okay, so we have this person right here who got the right answer. So congratulations to you. Let me confirm that you did not answer anything else beforehand, but I don't think so. So perfect. Okay, perfect. So you are the winner right here. This person is the winner. So let me show you. If you recognize yourself, this person right here is the winner. So how to claim your prize? It's pretty simple. You can just go on Instagram. So you go on Instagram, you write my username right here, and you will be able to just send me a message. As you can see exactly right here will just be able to send me a message. Show me that this was your YouTube account by screenshotting or making a video of your dashboard. And yeah, I'm gonna send you your discount code for a free 6K challenge. And yeah, guys, congratulations to everyone who participated. And yeah, so have a nice end of the day, guys. Again, I'm gonna show you next time, next time who is the winner. This is the person who win. So this is the winner right here, guys. Have a nice end of the day, guys. Thank you really much for joining. Really appreciate that. And if not, we're gonna see each other next week for another weekly outlook. But except for that, I hope you have great holidays, Christmas, etc. And yeah, if you don't want to trade because it's not the best market conditions, you can always like journal your trades, what you had during the week or even the year. Go over the wins, over the losses, just basically see your journal, see what you can do better next year, or even do some back testing, because again, like I said, market conditions are not the best for the holidays. So you decide what do you do. But again, guys, I really wish you a really nice time for the holidays and see you next week. So yeah, guys, thank you.